you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I rise to thank the Honourable Minister for Economy and his team for preparation of 2018 and 2019 budget that was tabled to this Parliament on Thursday, 28 June 2018. In support of my Minister, I will focus my contribution to my Ministry's budget allocation for the Department of Water and Sewage, Department of Work, Maritime Safety Authority of Fiji, Government Shipping Services, and Department of Transport Planning. Madam Speaker, the government has set an ambitious target in our National Development Plan to achieve 100% of Fiji's urban population having access to clean and safe water by 2021 and the rural and maritime area by 2031. As of 2017, 78% of Fiji's population were accessible to clean drinking water, by 25% to sanitation. Our target is aligned to Goal 6 of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal, including the 2013 Constitution. Madam Speaker, the Department of Water and Sewage is responsible for formulating of policies and regulatory framework for the provision of sustainable water and wastewater services. The department is a focal government agency that monitors rural water and may provide technical recommendations to the Water Authority of Fiji. Madam Speaker, while there is a need to achieve this target, one must also consider the sustainable management of these infinite resources. In this regard, $185,296 has been allocated to continue with the establishment of National Water Statistics Database. This is to centralize all vital water resource information currently held with individual key stakeholders into one database. Madam Speaker, the department also carries out data collection and verification of all our rural communities, checking on water and sanitation services in this community. The department also works on research and development of low-cost and user-friendly technologies for water and wastewater treatment system for implementation of rural community. Madam Speaker, the Department of Water and Sewage will continue to work towards improving the livelihood of all Fijians within the water and sanitation sector. Furthermore, we will foster and maintain partnership program with all our stakeholders. Madam Speaker, government through the Department of Work is responsible for the provision of professional advice, technical services, construction of works, supply, monitor, maintain and service plants, vehicles and other mechanical appliances, and offer inclusive electrical engineering services. To undertake routine and special maintenance work, government has allocated $1.5 million for public building and civil lining upgrading program across the 3 divisions. Madam Speaker, government through the department is also responsible for the provision of electricity supply to 1,220 customers in our 4 rural government stations, namely Kandabu with 348, Lakemba with 266, Nambuwalu with 426, and Rotuma with 180. This includes the daily operations of these power stations and attending to breakdowns. The construction of Rotuma Powerhouse is allocated an amount of $296,710, and upgrading of reticulation line at Lakemba Government Station with an allocation amount of $182,716. Madam Speaker, the Maritime Safety Authority of Fiji, MSF, regulates maritime safety and ensures the protection of our marine environment in terms of transport. A budget of $3.8 million has been allocated to facilitate this national obligation. For the information of this August House, as of 2017, MSF is responsible for registration of 1,831 boatmasters, 703 Master Engineers Class 6, registration of 401 ships, and assurance of certificate to various competencies to 2022 seamen. The MSF has re-engaged with Fiji Maritime Academy to increase the number of courses provided for enrollment by 100%, as well as the approval to commence the diploma program. This has been supported with an operating grant of $3.5 million to cater for their daily operations. Furthermore, in order to ensure physical presence of our outer station, MSF has been allocated a capital grant of $300,000 for the upgrading of MSF offices in Nath and a construction of a new office at Pacific Harbour. In addition, the introduction of counter clerk throughout all MSF offices will ensure a more customer-focused services with overall focus in a quick turnaround of service, in particular seafarers and ship documentation. The provision of MSF's service at key domestic ports have enabled transport connectivity through the movement of people and cargo at these 12 ports with an average per month of 121,000 passengers and 1,100 tons of cargo. The two statistics above have an increase of 50%, Madam Speaker, during the peak period, which are school holidays, Easter weekend, and of course, Christmas break. MSF ensures a continuity of safe shipping through this periodical survey and a replacement of enforcement officers at these key domestic ports. Furthermore, MSF ensures the safe navigation of international and domestic shipping through the provision of a network of aid to navigation, including hazards within the recommended shipping route. In doing so, the authority maintains 86 lighthouses and the total of 1,200 beacons. Madam Speaker, despite the abnormal responsibilities of regulatory authority, MSF is embarking on a recruitment drive both locally and internationally. This is to enhance the human resource capacity to ensure and improve professional delivery of service. Madam Speaker, connectivity to our maritime community is an important service. To enhance accessibility, a total budget of $20 million has been allocated to government shipping services. As a demonstration of Fiji's commitment to the UN Sustainable Development Goal and our leadership in COP23, we will invest $3 million in the construction of new energy efficiency vessel, which will feature low carbon technology. This is also part of government's fleet replacement strategy and our pathway to reduce the carbon emission of greenhouse gases in a maritime sector. Madam Speaker, the vessel proposal, power generation and refrigeration equipment will be designed to also contribute to the objective of the International Maritime Organization, IMO, to decarbonization target of achieving at least 50% by 2050. Furthermore, in recognition that need maintained to continue sustainable shipping services, government has allocated $800,000 for the upgrade of 5 vessels. This is to upgrade engine overhaul, purchase of mandatory equipment such as workboat, outboard engines, anchors, and chains. Madam Speaker, $1 million investment in our refleeting and vessel upgrading program also requires appropriate infrastructure. As we continue to increase the size of our fleet and cater for large volume of cargo and passenger travel, it is prudent that we upgrade our aged wharf facilities. For this purpose, a total of $1.15 million has been allocated to complete the upgrading of the government wharf and $3 million for the construction of the retaining walls. Madam Speaker, government is committed to ensuring safe, efficient, and affordable transport service to all Fijians. For better planning and policy advice, $107,000 has been allocated for the completion of phase 2 of household travel survey. In ensuring the availability of reliability, transport data, and better planning and policy advice, $107,000 has been allocated for the completion of phase 2 of the household travel survey. The scope of work of phase 2 target approximately 2,000 households, which is equivalent to 8,000 respondents, representing approximately 1% of the population of Fiji. Madam Speaker, the result of the survey will enable planners, analysts, and even the industry to calibrate data and advise decision makers to travel behavior pattern and of passengers and flight movement, and the construction of infrastructure facilities, improvement and deployment of vehicles and ships, including the impact of carbon emissions. Government has expressed the need for modernizing, real modernizing, Madam Speaker, the existing rail network for the transportation of passengers and cargoes. The Fiji Affairs government, in collaboration with the government of India, has secured railway infrastructure study. This is to improve connectivity between towns and cities. The upgrading railway system will reveal traffic congestion, Madam Speaker. The upgrading railway system will relieve traffic congestion and also will be beneficial for the tourism sector. Madam Speaker, the government shipping franchise scheme allows private operators to provide subsidized planning service to a remote island deemed to be uneconomical. This scheme was designed to stimulate economic activity and encourage movement of passengers and cargo between our maritime island and main port of Fiji in Suva, Lautoka, and Malam. The budgetary allocation of $2.3 million has been provided to save 14 trips per month to 9 identified uneconomical routes. The vessel operators are engaged through an open tender process to ensure transparency. Madam Speaker, 4 vessel operators currently serve 7 routes, while Government Shipping Services facilitates the remaining 2 routes under, namely, Upper and Lower Southern Lau, Northeast Banua Levu, Yasawas, Ratumas, Yasa Malawa, Kandawu, Lamai Vitu, and Northern Lau. Madam Speaker, despite the challenge faced on the aftermath of TC Winston and the impact of TC Josie and Kenny in April 2018, service to the outer island continued as scheduled. Government is adamant and will continue to provide this essential service to our maritime community. To conclude, Madam Speaker, I congratulate Honourable Minister for Economy and Honourable Prime Minister for giving a power pack, a comprehensive, a powerful and people's budget, which I, Madam Speaker, support. Thank you, Madam.